Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to be showcasing off something that's really crazy as far as a mix-up. We've got the new Sacred Beast mixed in with the new Zombies, the Elda Lich, the Golden City. Basically, they are actually a really good combination together. And the reason why they're so good together is actually due to being able to recycle all of the spells and traps. Because the Golden Land cards will go into the Elder Elixir, and the Elder Elixir will go into the Golden Land. So you basically have free fodder to go ahead and tribute for your Sacred Beast, because the whole way that the deck is played is utilizing Fallen Paradise to not only protect your cards, but you get a Pot of Greed for free every single turn as long as you control a Sacred Beast. This helps kind of get rid of the downsides to using multiple cards to bring out one boss monster. And in this instance over here, Haman is just going to be stronger than the Dragon of Red Eyes. But wait until you see what we go ahead and pull off when we go ahead and show off the Predaplant Verde Anaconda in this deck over here, because it's actually usable with the new Sacred Beast stuff. So he's going to go ahead and activate the first Burrow Goods, go ahead and set a Golden Land over here. Conquistador over here can pop a face-up card, so it definitely helps out. Again, you have extra disruption, you can make something 0, you can go ahead. There's actually a negate in the deck as well. And then we got Hyper Blaze over here, so he's going to go ahead and summon the Uria, but we're not done yet, because we're going to go ahead and use the 2 Sacred Beasts, even though that would have been game anyways, to go ahead and make Verde Anaconda. And Verde Anaconda is actually going to pull off this wild play, which I forgot about this card because it's like straight up anime status. 10,000 attack with Armityle Chaos Phantom, which basically means if your opponent has something that has 2,000 or less attack, that's just game instantly. Like, any 2 monsters just makes it game. There's not very many decks that can just be like 10k attack right there and really defend up against it, because more than likely they wouldn't have negated this effect to go for Dragon of Red Eyes. But in this case, we're not actually going for this. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that quick little play over there. But we've got more, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. If you are, drop a like on this video for pulling off the anime status effect. But we've got more duels over here. This one is up against a Burning Abyss variant over here. He's trying to mix in the other archetypes together as well. You can see, I guess, maybe Elder Elixir over here mixing in with the other archetypes could be something that people might utilize, again, with all of the back row. The BA player is also playing the Raviel over here, but he gets obliterated before he gets a chance, because once again, if you're going to go ahead and activate this, you just get rid of the cards from your hand, field, and graveyard, ignoring the summoning conditions. And then bam, again, that's what I was talking about. If something has 2,000 or under, that's an OTK real easy. It's a one-hit OTK, which is awesome. Anyways, this next guy up over here is playing the Gaias over here. This is another legacy archetype that actually got some pretty decent support. They have insane draw power. If you guys haven't seen how many cards that they can draw in one turn, I'll pin it down below. And we're talking like 18 cards that are potentially drawn in one turn. Most of the time, at that point, you've already won the game. But the guy does draw 12 cards where he could have drawn 18. But again, the game was already over. But he's going to go ahead and also go for Verde Anaconda. This card is really insane. I'm really just waiting to see if they release this card in the TCG with Dragon at the same time, because that's the card that everyone really goes for. So he's going to go ahead and take a massive amount of damage over there, because, of course, making the card 0 with the Golden Land is excellent, because with your monsters having like 4,000 attack on average, and the Uria, if you guys haven't seen, Uria can get up to 45,000 attack when you got like triple of amount. I mean, you're again one-shotting. This is what this deck is all about. But I think the Elder Elixir mix-up is an excellent choice, because again, they're just free cards. At the end of the day, you just can recycle them, and you got the Pot of Greed effect over here. And now we have the Cursed Eldland over here, and he's going to go ahead and just kind of use its effect and then go for a Sacred Beast over here. So he's got 2 boss monsters. Remember, these cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, nor can they be targeted. So at this point, he's got triple boss monster, because this card also is immune to being destroyed by card effects. So like going for triple boss monsters, plus you have 4 back row, like at that point, it's just really unfair. And then we've got an Uria ready to go for the next turn. That's too cool. Remember that effect over there. If opponent normal summons, you get a free token. The token doesn't matter, not too much. If it was a zombie, it would actually kind of help out, because one of them tributes for it. But it doesn't really matter that much. So he's going to go ahead and just end with this pass, because, well, he's not going to be doing too much. And then Fallen Paradise, get that Pot of Greed effect. And now he's going to go ahead and have that extra effect where you can attribute a monster to gains attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster until the end of this turn. So that's kind of cool. You're able to go ahead and boost it up. Now he's going to go ahead and summon a bunch of monsters, and then he's going to attribute them for Uria, but then he's going to go for Raviel, and then he's going to go ahead and go for the 10k attack. I mean, this is just disrespect at this point. The game was over a long time ago, but I like seeing the disrespect of the 10k attack. I mean, you guys can see, you can get a lot of draw power, and I think this will be one of those fan favorite decks that's not that bad. Like, a lot of times when you mess around with some of like the new support for like this legacy stuff, it's really not good enough. But I think that this one, if you can get triple boss monsters that can't be destroyed, can't be targeted, I mean, and you got 4 back row, I would consider that relatively viable in the game. But once again, he's going to get that free extra token, and he can't really do anything because Fallen Paradise is there, and he kind of needs to set up with his board. You know, Pet in the Dark Cloud, I haven't seen that card in a while, and look at that! You got something with under 2k, that's game. I mean, there's so many decks that will throw out Verde Anaconda, and they leave it there because they can't really go into anything else after they go for the Dragon of Red Eyes, right? And that would be an easy way to kind of counter it, is just go ahead and go for this, because a lot of the cards that you can search out for will specifically say you can search out anything that goes for this. So it's a really easy and consistent way to go ahead and pull it off. Plus, you got Pot of Greed every single turn. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that gameplay. Let me go ahead and give you guys that deck profile that you guys saw over there. And I'm got to give a shout out to my boy Magus for actually building this, because again, I haven't seen anyone mix up the Eld Elixir zombies and this into one. Because I did briefly cover showing off Uria, and I think Uria is the card that for some reason a lot of people like. A lot of people actually get this card confused with Cypher Skydragon. The artwork looks very similar though, so I don't blame them. Heck, I thought this was new Egyptian god support. You know what we need? We need an Egyptian god link monster. That would be really cool. Or just even like an Exodia link monster. I think we need more legacy support. Is always cool to me, because you know those are nostalgia cards for I think a lot of us. Anyways, so this variant over here is playing it's very large as far as the deck goes. It's a 57 card deck. Keep in mind this is just for the new master rule, but we've got a lot of draw power, so it kind of makes up for the large card count. Plus, you will go through your cards very fast. Like all the Elixir, this one goes into the other one goes into that one. So like you go through your cards fast, so don't worry too much about that. The only unfortunate part is if you open up with too many of the sacred beasts, like the boss monsters, it could be technically a brick. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into the deck profile. But you have a lot of draw power, so it should kind of help out and mitigate that. Anyways, so we got 3 copies of Hamon, 3 copies of Raviel, 2 copies of the new version of Raviel. We actually probably should get one more support for Hamon, because we got the support with Raviel over here, and we also got the support with Uria, but where is Hamon's support over here? But anyways, this one is actually really good, because a lot of cards that are continuous, they activate effect, like let's say Tenki or something, you search out a card, and then you go ahead and that card just stays up on the board. Maybe it gives your monsters like 100 attack, or it gives you something for the following turn. Even the Senkets have like reoccurring cards that like eventually they go away and you get a bonus effect anyways. But I think Hamon will probably get some more support, so I don't think we're done with the Sacred Beast support. I think they could get a little bit better. But nonetheless, when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to do another 1000 burn damage, so that's kind of cool. And then while it's in defense position, your opponent monsters can't attack monsters except for this one. It's kind of small, but it does actually help out keep up your trap monsters if they happen to be up on the board. And then we have 3 copies of Raviel over here. You guys got to see him use that effect. But this one over here is the one where, as a quick effect, you could discard this card, target Raviel for the rest of the turn, its attack becomes doubled. So what this could mean is if your opponent goes ahead and makes a card that has lots of attack, and they try to go ahead and go slam into Raviel, you're like, okay, well he's 8k and you just lose. So it's kind of cheesy, and I like it though, because it's kind of funny, and I like the artwork on this card more than anything. And then we have 3 copies of Eldorici, the Eldritch Golden Lord, the only Eldritch monster in fact right now. And then we have 3 copies of Uria, 3 copies of the Dark Summoning Beast, and of course Dark Beckoning Beast. You're going to see this in every Sacred Beast deck. And then 3 copies of Desires, 3 copies of Foolish Boreal Goods, 3 copies of Indulgence, 1 copy of Terraforming, 1 copy of Foolish. This card also has this one where you get to banish this card, and then you get to add whatever card that you want, Uria, any of the Sacred Beast cards. And then we have Dimension Fusion Destruction. So this card is really good. So you get to summon a Chaos Phantom Fusion monster from your extract by banishing the fusion materials listed on it from your hand, field, or graveyard, ignoring its summoning conditions. And on top of that, you take no battle damage from attacks involving it. So this card would technically make it so you won't take any damage. In the off chance that it does get stopped for whatever reason, but it only gains 10,000 attack during your turn only. So keep that in mind if you happen to make this card and your opponent Wabakus, but no one really plays Wabaku in 2020 unless they're also running some type of cheese. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that as a heads up. Then we have the Elixir. A lot of these are just to get out a card, and then it's just an extra free card at the end of the day, where you can go ahead and banish it and get another effect over there. Same thing with White Fate over here. This one lets you go and special summon one, and then the Cerulean Skyfire. So this card I didn't get to go over, but to special summon Hamon, the Lord Striking Thunder, using its own procedure, you can send face down spells you control the graveyard instead of face-up continuous ones, or a combination of both. And then once per turn, you get to negate the effect of an opponent's spell and trap card that resolves while you control an attack position Hamon. And then you can also change him to defense position with that effect. And then if for Uria, Lord of Swinging Flames, Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder, or Raviel you control leaves the field, you take no damage. Maybe this was the support for Hamon, but I still think that there should be a better support for Hamon to make it like much better, if that makes sense, because this one lists the other cards, whereas these ones are more specifically, I'd say, for the monster. So I'm hoping that we get a better support card for Hamon, but again, this one maybe is it, because I feel like the other ones are just way better. Anyways, we got the Eldland over here, so this one is excellent. You just add an Eldritch or Golden Lens spell and trap from your deck, and then on top of that, you're able to kind of recycle it because you can utilize it for Hamon later down the line. And then Fallen Paradise, obviously a triple, you got Pot of Greed, Elixir Red Splatter over here. This is the one where you get to special summon a zombie monster from your deck. Well, it's going to be Eldritch, it's going to be this card anyways, because you don't have anything else in this version of the deck. And then we've got 3 copies of Hyper Blaze, which if you guys haven't seen the 45,000 attack, I'll pin it down below. Then the Guardian of the Golden Land, 2 copies of the Hakuro, and 2 copies of the Conquistador over here. For the extra X, obviously the important card, the Armityle, and then we got the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe over here. It does require 3 level 11 monsters bringing the like seed on top of it. With the Gustav Max over here, then we got the Tarantula, which you guys actually did get to see during gameplay, and then we got Boral Sword, Phoenix, and of course the Verde Anaconda, and then this card's just for the Master Rule. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that. I thought it was really cool. I like the mix up, and it seems like it's a pretty cool idea for a deck. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, drop a like, turn on that bell so you don't miss out on new Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And if you guys want to send me any replays, just like my boy Magus, once again, a shout out to you. Thank you for the Chaos one-shot, one-punch OTK deck. Feel free to send it in to AzneyesReplays at gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.